Welcome to part 2 of René Dahinden's revisit back to the Bossburg area, the site of the Cripplefoot footprints. Yeah, there's a lot to digest here. I'll just let the video play, and I'll interject at certain points and add some information and discuss a few things. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. And thanks for coming back.
I said to Ivan, we went across, the tracks went up there, and I said to Ivan, now we get the son of a bitch. Now we got the son of a bitch, we're gonna walk him down. You know, as far as I was concerned, we wouldn't stop, we just walk him right to the ground. So went up the goddamn hillside, not too far. You know, I don't mean way up there by that tree, big tree up there. You know, that pine there. Yeah. Then they came down, and someplace in here, you saw these two tracks there and the yellow stain in the snow, where it took a leak. But there was a leak.
Nobody.
We didn't pick that up. That was in 20 years ago.
Yeah, a lot of mistakes were made then.
Yeah. This is true, but I got so fed up with bringing shit to this scientist and things and say, hey, look, I found this here and found it.
But you could have preserved it forever. All you do is put it in a capsule, put it in a deep freeze.
Put it in a plastic bag and put it in a deep freeze.
Could have had it forever.
You know, and then we could have analyzed the contents of that pee, okay?
Right.
So anyway, and we didn't even pick up this here, with this 4 toe prints in it, and this clump, you know, like underneath
like a snowshoe, it gets stuck on the bottom and you got to get it loose. Yeah.
So that was there, okay?
Wow, so René finds what appears to be a urine stain in the snow. Just doesn't do anything, just acknowledges it, leaves it, regrettably doesn't scoop it up and put it in a bag, freeze it. Now imagine if we had that urine, it would pretty much solve the mystery. Was it human, Homo sapien urine? Was it something else? Hindsight is 20/20, René, and I know he would have regretted it to his death. Anyways, it is what it is. I'm sure we've all been there, done that. Let's continue.
So the tracks came down. Oh, you know, hey, today I kicked my head in.
Yeah, but everybody was cherries then. They didn't know what the hell to do.
Not
Looking for the creature.
Not so much that, but I said, what the hell, you know. Anyway, the tracks came down from up there, and someplace in here, wherever, all this low brush wasn't here, someplace in here, there was the pea and the 2 tracks. The tracks came over here, okay? Someplace along here. They stepped over the fence again, and the fence was about that high. I got pictures of it showing, it's 41 inches it was. Is that 41 inches?
Oh, hell no, that's about 49, 50 years.
Okay.
That's brand new fence.
Was a little bit lower down.
That's brand new fence.
So the track stepped here again, across here. Let's walk along here. A little ways down here, okay? Like this. Maybe he went over a little bit further. Came over. Went across the fence again, okay? Went in a little ways, walked along the fence. And don't forget, that was in about 2 inches of snow. You know. There were no human tracks there of any kind. So the tracks walked through there. And
René doesn't mention, I don't think, how many footprints they found, but it was over 1,000 footprints. Digest that for a second. Over 1,000 footprints in the snow. That's a lot. A lot of work, a lot of effort for a hoaxer, if that's the case. Interestingly, René also says that there were no human footprints beside the alleged Sasquatch prints. So, you know, if it is a hoax, how was it accomplished? Some would say using stompers, if that's the case. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself here, but Renee's going to talk about the step length and the stride length. And I'll just leave it at that right now because I don't want to get ahead of myself. But I just find it interesting that there were so many footprints and they weren't just walking casually through the forest. They were going over fences, going down embankments, and mostly out of the way. Yeah, it's as Renee would say, it boggles the mind. And what else? Oh, something I wanted to mention too, which I find unusual, and I'm not a footprint expert, but I find it strange that Renee mentions that there was snow bunched up in one of the footprints. I don't know if a natural foot would cause that. Art actually said, oh, like a snowshoe. And that's kind of troublesome if that's the case, because, you know, I think a wooden stomper would bunch up snow, but with toes moving, I just don't know. I guess if the snow was you know, like that really good packing snow for snowballs, I know that it's got caught on my boots in the wintertime. So maybe I've never really walked outside barefoot in the wintertime, so I don't know. Maybe I need to do an experiment when the snow is very you know, packy, for making snowballs and sticky. It just seems weird that it would bunch up on the foot. That struck me as odd, but who knows? Again, I'm not an expert. Maybe someone can answer in the comments if that seems normal. I don't know.
Wind. Probably if I would have taken my photos along of the fence and all this, you probably could pinpoint the background to it, you see?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, background changed a lot too, because a lot of brush grew up in front of
You might see some of the back trees, but it doesn't matter, okay? Now I'm puzzled here. No, it's further on. The goddamn track, I did, you know, 20 years ago, no, I was thinking about the distance here. Anyway, the tracks went through here, and, okay, I didn't think the fence was that close to the road here. I really didn't.
Maybe they moved the fence.
They might have moved it out, you know.
Yeah.
I thought there was more space between here. Anyway, wherever along here, I thought was further down and further in. I didn't think that fence was that far out.
Like Doug said, maybe they did move it down more.
I thought the fence
the
would
brush.
be about in there, you know.
Yeah.
So anyway, the tracks again came, crossed the fence over, went along, let's walk up here, went along on this side of the fence. We can go up on the road, okay? That's about it. Or we walk along here. There's something I want to show you guys that really puzzles me. So the tracks went in there along on this side of the fence. There was some low bushes here. So it kind of was concealed, you know, if it is a real Sasquatch.
Yeah.
The bushes, of course, didn't have any leaves on. You know, like I say, if I would have the photos, I might be able to tell how far from this sign, if this sign was here at the time. Okay. I think that's about it here by this sign. The tracks came along here on this side. There were low bushes here. Like I say, I think that damn fence was further over. But maybe it wasn't. Yeah. And the thing walked along here, came up, walked in, came over toward this thing here, with the bank here. I would say about over there. Because the railroad tracks are a little bit too close. Anyway, came here. Now the question I'm asking you guys is, if this was a real Sasquatch, the step was 41, was 103-inch stride. That means from the heel of this foot
about 51-inch
to the heel of this foot, about 51, 52-inch step. Okay, uniformly along here.
Okay, this is where it got interesting. René talks about the step and the stride. For those who don't know, a step is just simply left to right or right to left. Stride is actually left, right, left, the distance between those three steps, or right, left, right. A lot of people misuse the term stride when it should be step. But René knew the difference, and he gives the dimensions. And the step, he figures, is approximately 51 or 52 inches, because the stride was 103 inches. So that would be the heel of the left through the right up to the heel of the second left. That would be the stride. So it's not 3 full prints, it's 2 prints up to the third print heel, is my understanding. Now, I took out a tape measure earlier and I measured my step, and my step was maybe about half to a little more than half of the 51 to 52 inches. That was me, normal walk, maybe a bit exaggerated, so maybe it's half or a little less than half. Again, if someone was using stompers, how did they accomplish such a long step and or stride without slipping in some slick snow? Were they running? And if so, how easy is it to run in stompers? I know there's a video of Rant Mullins running in some stompers. I think it's Rant Mullins, or maybe it's someone else running in some stompers. Actually, it's Ray Pickens, if I got his name right, Ray Pickens. But he's slipping and sliding a little bit. We just don't have answers to these questions, but I find it interesting that the stride and the step are quite significant.
Then the tracks came up to here. The question I'm asking myself now, how would it have gone up the bank? The tracks went like this here.
Yeah, it's easier walking.
You know, the tracks went up here at an angle this way.
51,
No,
52?
I think there were 2 of them here.
Well,
I would have
shortened
to
up
look
then.
at the movie. The step went like this here, I guess, either left or right, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
There were 2 steps here up to the bank. The question I'm asking myself, would the Sasquatch, having a 40, would he go like this, or would he just jump up here?
I think he'd walk up on an angle.
Anyway, that's what he did.
Avenue of ease is walking.
That's what the tracks went up here,
It's easier walking on an
leading
angle.
up to here.
This way.
There were no snow here, of course.
Let's
Let's go across,
Francis. Sorry.
you know. There was, like I say, I think it was up here. Tracks went in here. Approximately, that looks just about right. In here, like this, roughly. And if I recall, it kind of went, you know, zigzagging around here a little bit. Tracks went through here. And, by the way, remember, it says in our book how the bus driver from Spokane, the trail bus, saw us fooling around in here.
Yeah.
He could see it because there were no leaves on here, and there was more open. And he knew me, or he knew of us. He came along. Then he backed up here, parked off the road, and he said to the passenger, I have to go and take some pictures of Bigfoot tracks. You guys have to wait. Jumped out of the
I remember
bus,
that in the book.
jumped off the bus and came over here and stopped. The U.S. Border Patrol was here. That was 2-3 days later. I was here every day for about 7 days looking at this damn track. Still the start snowing. Well, 7 days. I went the whole day 7 times, and I was here every day till it started snowing, and then I covered up 2 or 3 of the tracks over there with some of this cardboard where you ship in meat. You know, it's wax.
Oh yeah, waxy
wax,
cardboard,
heavy
yeah.
stuff. Yeah. So we put that over the top, over about 2 or 3 of them. Basically, I think what we covered up was the crippled one. You know. Anyway, the track went through here. Through the bushes here. I got, like I say, I got a movie film, 60mm film. I remember specifically where I walk up the bank here with the gun in my hand. Oh, look at them spikes coming out here. Oh,
yeah, well, that's the vibration.
All along here, they all have to be replaced. Look at that. The whole bloody spikes, everything coming out.
Here, did you want a spike?
No. No, I'm just finding that...
I say you can pull them right off.
Yeah, really. That's a... Anyway, the track went in here. Going over here. I can't remember this here. Exactly. Maybe it was here, maybe it wasn't. Anyway, let's go over here. Lengthen that belt on that camera.
What?
Lengthen that belt on the camera.
No, I didn't.
You didn't? You didn't expect it.
Yeah.
Probably opened up by yourself.
Well, when I put it on, it
No
fit.
problem. I just did it like that.
Yeah.
That went through here somehow. I think we're about at the right place here. Yeah. They came out here, went along here. Okay? And it seemed to me that they came to the edge here, and then they came along here, and I guess watch the back. So a little bit over here, they came here. Then they went along here, and you see, we go over there. See, I remember that little tree over there. Anyway, and then the tracks. Well, let's go over there. Well, okay, tracks went down. But what is interesting is that, watch it there.
Yeah.
Over here, you see across the river here? Over here someplace is a gate. You see that road right by the water there, down below? Yeah. And over there some old houses or a farm just around the corner down the side of the river. Yeah, at that time. And there was a proving ground or some damn thing over there. There was a gate over here, so you couldn't drive in from the other road over there. Now the tracks, 2-3 days later, the US Border Patrol, who had the key, they patrol all this area because the border is just up the road. So they catch aliens up in goddamn hills across the border. They pick them up, you know, coming up. The US Border Patrol was over there. They got curious. They were really good to us. You know, they really helped. Watch it there.
Undercut, you can
Move forward. Next thing you're down there.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, throw the goddamn camera up first.
Yeah, we got all that filming. No, you got to watch them banks and undercut.
Never ever go close unless you can see it. And so the US Border Patrol had the key. They went over there, and over there, where you see the green stuff over there, that's where they picked up this goddamn tracks again. Going up the upper way and tweedling around in there, back and forth.
Same tracks.
By the time we heard about and realized about it, drained in between And green came down. I forgot now exactly how it went, but we went over there, and sure enough, we could still see the outline and the toe marks in the snow. They were also over there.
You mean that's somebody swam across the river?
Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah, I know it's not,
but
goddamn cold.
Yeah, the question you have to ask yourself, if the tracks were fake, whoever faked them made them here and also made them over there. Therefore, you would have to have a boat down here.
Again, things are getting interesting. There's a lot of information here that probably most didn't know. So the footprints continued on the other side of the river, which is the Columbia River, and they were found by Border Patrol. I guess they had an issue here with illegal immigrants sneaking in. I guess. I don't know. But René postulates if it was hoaxed, then someone had to use a boat to cross the river, and if it wasn't hoaxed, then whatever left the footprints, the Sasquatch presumably, swam across the river. And René didn't think that would be much of a deal, although I would think the river would be quite cold considering there's snow on the ground. But people have swam across rivers in the middle of winter time, and we're not covered in hair. So I guess it is doable. If this was all a hoax, it was a lot of effort put into it, a lot of work, and yeah, I think in that clip, I think he mentioned that whatever it was that went down the embankment went down face first, like head first, not backwards as you or I would probably do, but like face first, walking down normally. That's dangerous to say the least. When I walk down embankments that are that steep, I'm going to be backing down it or going sideways very carefully, step by step sideways, if that makes sense, like 1 foot down and the 1 foot up, like that way, so I fall into the embankment or I can slide. Anyways, things are getting interesting. But this is going to be the end of part 2. Again, part 3 will be next, and there's some very interesting things coming up, so stay tuned, check out part 3, and thanks for all your support, and thanks for watching. Take care.
If you're enjoying all this rare and unique content, please show your support by subscribing and leaving comments.